Hi, James from engVid. I would like to help you with your vocabulary. I'm sure that you've looked at engVid and seen many lessons on vocabulary, from drinking, vacationing, weddings, all sorts of things. But when you finish the video, how much do you remember? And how much do you really understand? I'm going to teach you today something I call a word web to help you not just remember the words, but truly understand them and expand or go bigger than that. I did a lesson earlier on mind maps where I kind of introduced the idea of mind map, but I don't think I got into it as much that would actually show you how to use it so that you can get better with it. So I'm going to fix that today. All right. So what we're looking at is called a word web. And if you notice, poor Mr. E is caught up in the web. No. And I'm going to do the same with you. I'm going to get you, because this is a spider, and the spider lives in a web. It catches things, and those things can never escape. I want to do that with your memory and your vocabulary. Teach you in a way that you're going to catch the words and you won't forget. Okay, so I'm going to explain the method here. So we're going to be clear on the method. Then we're going to take a word and use it and show you how it works. Ready? Let's go to the board. All right, so word web. This is a specific form of mind map, which means it's one type. There are many types, okay? And what they do is they're based on the idea that your brain works a certain way with pictures and colors. So why don't we use these to help you? And I'm going to do that now. What you will need an English to English dictionary. If you really need to get your language to English, that's fine. If you really need it, but English to English dictionary would be preferable because we want to get the definition of the word from an English source, not a translated source. Okay, so maybe we should start with your translating dictionary, and then after take the English word and get an English to English. The translating dictionary will help you understand the ideas, and then the English to English. And sometimes you might notice they don't exactly say the same thing. That'll be interesting for you. Next, you're going to need access to the internet or an idioms dictionary. The idioms dictionary will be for later on, and they have them, and you can even go online and look for idioms. But the joke of it is I said access to the internet. Well, my friend, if you're not on the internet, you're not watching this video, so I'm assuming you've got access to the internet. Okay, the next 4 steps will be this. We're going to take a word. So we're going to take one word, whatever the word is. We're going to write out the definition from the dictionary, what the dictionary says, not what you think, not interpretation or somebody giving you sort of their idea of it. From that, we're going to follow, okay? We're going to write out the words you think of when you see this word. This is called association. I think cat, I say dog. You say milk, I say cow. I associate. This is the words that come to me. I want you to do that because that is part of a natural human process. You think of something, you think of something else. You think of mother, you think love. You think money, McDonald's? Probably not, but you get the idea, okay? So we're going to start with a dictionary definition. Then we're going to work with how your brain works. I want to have your mind incorporated or use your way of thinking in this. So you're going to put down your words. So if it was cow, you might put milk, cheese, and steak. Steak. Then we're going to go back to our dictionary. We're going to look for synonyms. If you open any dictionary, usually it will say this is the word, and then it will have after it, here's a synonym for this word. Here's another one. Synonyms, words that are similar. For instance, height and tall. How tall is the building? What is the building's height? They're not exactly the same, but they can be used in a similar or same fashion sometimes. Okay? We also look for antonyms. Antonyms are the opposite of the word. If I say black, you say white, right? If you say hot, you say cold. Those are antonyms. So we're going to go to that dictionary. We're going to have the word. We're going to have your ideas about the word. And then we're going to add in the synonyms and antonyms. Okay? So if you're looking here, we started off with one word, and we're probably up to like 10 or 15. Finally, we're going to go to our idioms dictionary. Or we're going to go on the net and you're going to put in idioms for, cow or animal. And it'll put those things up there for you and you just write them out. How does this go together? We've got a lot of words. We put a lot of stuff down, but you don't see the full picture. We're going to get to why in just a second when we look up why. So if you're ready, we're going to right now take one word and we're going to make our first word web. And I'll show you how it all works together. Ready? Let's go. So let's do a word web. We've talked about it. I gave you the steps. So we're going to do this together. You notice here I have the steps. So as I go through each step, I'll show you how we do it and how we come up to this. And I'll explain to you how this thing here, which seems crazy, will actually help you not only remember the words, but understand the list, because I will give you a list of idioms or phrases, and you'll understand some of them almost immediately. Okay, so let's go to the board. First thing we have to do, as I said, is write out the dictionary definition. If you have a problem with the word we're going to use is shoot. I'm going to suggest this, and though I don't like suggesting it, go to your whatever language to English. So if it's Spanish to English, Russian to English, Japanese to English dictionary, check out what the word means. Make sure you understand it, because this is something we do need to understand. We're not just guess at it, okay? Make sure you understand it, but then take out your English to English dictionary, and you need to write out the definition. What does that dictionary say this word is? In this case, the word is a verb, to shoot. And you might say, what does shoot mean? Okay, well, according to the dictionary, it means to kill, which means end the life of something, or to hurt, cause pain. And I do this, ow, painful, it hurts me, okay? Move suddenly in a direction. So if I'm walking like this and then I change quickly and run, you say James is shooting out. He's shooting. When you watch the Olympics, the guys are like this, they run, and then they start running very quickly, they shoot. If they walk, you're not shooting. You have to move quickly in one direction. And third, here's a flower. But before the flower comes out of the ground, the flower is down here. Next, what happens is the flower comes out like this. There's no flower yet. We call that a shoot. Once again, it's coming up in a direction, a specific direction. Later on, you'll get a flower, right? But that's called a shoot. And you say, what is that? That's a shoot for a rose. Okay, then you get your rose. So it says young branch of a plant. Will you need all of these definitions all of the time? No. But it's important you get the majority of them, because a lot of our understanding, we know what these mean. So when somebody uses a phrase or an idiom, our brain goes, number 2, or number 7, and we automatically understand. While when you're doing it, you might say, oh my gosh, I don't understand, it's just crazy. What do you mean shoot in my foot? Or shoot for the skies? Or what are you aiming for? Why you say these things? And we're like, oh yeah, you don't know all of the definitions. So we've written out our dictionary definition, which was number 1, and the definition is here. Number 2, write out the words you associate with it. Now I've got a complete diagram here. You may not. So you might say right off, you might go gun, and you'll write the word gun, because you know gun. You go shoot gun. I know gun. I know another one you know. We say bow and arrow. When you take it, everybody knows this, and fire. Well, there are 2 parts to this. This part is the bow. The part that fire is the arrow. So you might write arrow, and you might write bow. Now there are bigger words for this. Remember we talked about synonyms. Well, ammunition are, okay, let's talk weapon first. Weapon is the gun or the bow. It is the thing that fires something or shoots. See, we're going to use the word. You have a gun, you shoot something. And what do you shoot? You shoot a bullet. This comes out of a gun. So you shoot bullets from guns. Okay? Bow and arrows. You have a bow. It looks like a really big D, actually. It's kind of funny when you do a bow. It looks like a D. And you shoot arrows. Okay, so you shoot arrows from bows. Okay, that's called ammunition. A blank is funny. What do you mean blank? When you do a test, sometimes it says, Mr. E, something goes home. You'll notice that there's nothing there. A blank, when you fire a blank or shoot a blank, there's nothing there. If I shoot you with a blank now, bang, you'll go, nothing happened. I go, yeah, it's a blank. There's nothing there. It just makes sound. Okay? So when you have ammunition, you can have blanks. In the army and the police, when they practice with blanks. They don't want to shoot each other and kill anyone. They just want to practice shooting, where to shoot, how to shoot. If you have a gun, you need bullets. If you have a bow, you need an arrow. That's your ammunition. You know something else that can be ammunition? It's a surprise, but when you think about it, you'll understand. Words. Words can be ammunition. Ammunition hurts people. Bullets hurt people, arrows hurt people. Ammunition, if you say someone, you are fat, that will hurt their feelings. That is ammunition to hurt someone. Okay? You're going, oh, okay, ammunition hurt. I go, yeah, now we go back. Where do you use ammunition? In a weapon. We've done a gun and we've done a bow. But what's an antonym? Because if you notice, after we wrote out words you associate, I said, hey, let's go to number 3, right? Synonyms and antonyms. We've touched synonyms because ammunition can be bullet, arrow, blanks, words. But an antonym to shooting someone would be protection. Protection could be a shield. If you like Captain America, I do. Okay, some of you might have trouble seeing, but Captain America, he has a shield that he uses to protect himself from bullets. Or Wonder Woman has bracelets. These things she wears on her arms and they bounce off, go flying away, and she can stop the bullets. So we can have protection. You should use protection on a date, and I'll leave that alone. You'll get that a little later on, okay? So we've talked about antonyms and synonyms, and we noticed how we went from one word shoot, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, 10 words. And we're not done. Remember when I talked about hurt? Well, we have a fancy word for hurt that means injure. It's the same thing. When you get hurt, pow, you're injured. You feel pain, and maybe I hurt my arm. I cannot use my arm. It's injured. You go, what's wrong? I don't know. My shoulder hurts. I have pain, and pain is usually get when you're hurt. Pain is that feeling, no good feeling, right? So we have pain when we're injured. When we're hurt, we feel pain. So now you've learned 3 words to talk about what's wrong with your hand. I injured it last night. Or, ow, I hurt it last night. Or, God, I feel pain in my hand. Similar, not all the same, right? Good, but you're getting it. Now we've gone to 10 to 13 words. So not only do you understand if I say I'm going to shoot you, you're going to feel pain. You will probably be injured and hurt. You will probably want protection, right? Captain American shield, right? You might wonder if I'm going to use a bow or an arrow, a gun and a bow, and shoot you with bullets and arrows. Now you have an understanding about shooting when someone's shooting. But let's go a little further, because now I'm going to give you some idioms. I've given you one example on the board, to shoot down. Remember, does shooting make you feel good or bad? Bad. And usually we say when we feel good, we go up. But when we shoot down, do you think this is a good thing or a bad thing? Well, when somebody shoots down an idea, they're telling you your idea is no good and it has to go. So you say, I've got an idea for, that's it. Idea gone. I just shot down that idea. We shoot down planes, enemy planes. They're flying. Now I'm going to give you a couple more and a list, okay? And why am I doing this is because what I want you to do is see how they tie together. I've got like a book here and there's like pages and pages, right? But we'll do a few and see if you can catch it, all right? We're going to do shoot. By the way, shoot is a verb. So what's the past of shoot? Probably don't know this, but it's this. Shot. Shoot you today, I shot you yesterday. Shoot, shot. It's a little shorter because it's gone by now. It's not as fresh. Sorry, bad. Okay, so shoot straight. When we call someone a straight shooter, if I go, you're a straight shooter. Remember what shoot means? Da-da! If you don't shoot straight, you shoot like this. This is very confusing. I want someone that's going to be a straight shooter. That means when they use their words, they tell you something directly, the way it's supposed to be. I don't like you because you don't like worms. That guy's a straight shooter. He could say, worms aren't my favorite and I like other things, but he just, boom, straight at you. Straight shooters will tell you right to you, like shooting you with a bullet, but they use their words. So they do not try to tell stories. Just one line and done. Here's another one. Shoot the shit. Bad word, I know, sorry. But if you and your friends, imagine this, are talking about, I don't know, comic books, you're not really taking a gun and there's a piece of poo-poo and going bang, and the poo-poo jumps, bang, and the poo-poo jumps. No, we're not saying that. We're just saying shooting, like talking with our words about nothing important. So it's a subject that you're just like, yeah, that was really cool. Well, that was really cool, right? So we're talking about something that's not important, but we are being direct about it. Shooting the poo-poo, let's call it that, okay? You might hear people say that. Oh, here's one I love. Shoot your mouth off. Remember I said shooting, right? When we shoot, it's a verb, and you use words as weapons. When someone shoots their mouth off, it's like they're talking at you, but they're like shooting you with their mouth. Somebody say, I'm the best in the world, I've always done this. Athletes do that a lot, right? Or promoters for sports. They like to say, we're the best ever. You say, you're shooting your mouth off, all right? And I'll give you a couple more that I want to let go because we're going to say present tense with shoot. What about shot? Imagine it's dark. The room is dark, you can't see anything. And you shoot your gun. And think past tense, you shot your gun. That means you finished, right? Shot. And it's dark. There's an English idiom that is exactly that. It means a shot in the dark. If a room is dark, you don't know what's going on, right? If you take a shot, you are doing something, right? You're throwing that bullet out there or those words, but you don't know what you're going to hit because it's dark. You don't know what you're hitting. You're like, there, hope I got it. We say a shot in the dark. It means to take a guess. It means I don't know. I'm using my words and saying, I really don't know. I'm taking a guess. I'm like, my favorite color is yellow. It's a shot in the dark. Dark room with a gun. Yeah, maybe I hit it, maybe I don't. See? Oh my gosh, I understand. That's the beauty of the word web. We're going to take words that you may not understand. We bridge, which means taking words you know. That's why I said take your ideas, and we put your ideas together, right? So things you know you can write down, like gun and bullet. That helps put it in your head so you can remember it. Then we go to synonyms for words that are not exactly the same. An arrow is not a bullet, but they're similar, and that will help you remember arrow, because you go arrow, bow, oh, like old Indians. I understand now, right? Yeah. And then we can add on new words, like words, and give you a further or a greater definition. From that, once you start understanding these ideas, like we have pain, injure, hurt, that's how we understand shoot down, right? Or blanks, bullets, right? Oh, here's a good one. Firing blanks. Another word for using a gun is when you shoot. Another word for shoot is fire. He shot the gun, fire. So we could go shoot. From shoot, right? Shoot. You can say, fire. Fire your gun. Yeah. So when we say this, now watch. He fires blanks. Blank means nothing. Fire means shoot. And someone says he's firing blanks. There's actually two meanings for that. One of them is what you're saying has no importance. It won't do anything. They're talking, but nothing's going to happen. Blanks. There's nothing there. Another one is if you can't make babies. Talk to your doctor. I'm not a doctor. I just play one on TV. Okay, but if you're firing blanks, you can't make babies. Huh? Yeah, there's no power. Sorry about that. That's a problem. Or if you're firing blanks, it means you have no power on your weapon. Your words don't mean anything. They don't, like Superman, they bounce off. They cause no problems. Okay, cool. So I've given you a bunch. There's a lot more just under shoot. But I think after giving you these ones, you're like, hey, I actually understand that. Like, yeah, and you probably don't even know this word. But in 10 minutes, we can go from not just knowing one word, but look, I added more words, 16 words in 10 minutes. And the best thing is in 5 minutes, if you go back, when you go to do the test, which I know you'll do, you'll get almost perfect because you'll say, I understand. And ladies and gentlemen, understanding is greater than knowing. When you understand, you never forget. And that's the aim of this lesson. Did I say aim? Is that on the board? That's another word with shoot. Anyway, I've got to get going. I've shot my load for the day, given you all you need to know. Don't forget shoot, go over these words, go do the quiz. And I'm sure you will, let me see, don't shoot me a dirty look. Don't shoot from the hip, shoot my mouth off. Oh God, I'm out. I'm going to be firing blanks if I keep talking anymore. Have a good one. I almost forgot. Go to www.ing as in English, vid as in video.com. Do the quiz and don't forget to subscribe. Ciao. And thanks for watching.